my back. Carry it like I'm moving the. I told him to do the 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breakfast by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a bitch, jumping in the bed with two dark teeth, and who's you? My shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go. Check 99.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He's going to fire one deep over, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 59 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
This drive in the air. And Blake, the tight end's got it. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
Over! Watch him now, Barney!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Single, on the slot. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Over.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Goes underneath for Henry. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 2nd down. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far.
Green, 39!
Looking to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, second down. That his first incompletion after a 4 for 4 start.
Yeah, but they shouldn't back off from what they're doing. I like the play calling right out of the gate. I like the tone that they're setting. Keep going in that direction.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends right.
Set! Green, 39! Green, 39!
Three down. Check 52.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That all makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Space to maneuver at the 40. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
They go play action here on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
21!
To throw again. Stafford. Finds Roberts left side. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I got you.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions add on to their lead. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder. It puts more pressure on every defender for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Check, butt sit. Check, butt sit.
Set. 3-19.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Check 43.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and 2. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Roger. 3 down.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target. And it's 3rd down.
After that throw, it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off or if they make a bad throw, they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at the 40, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
Now let's go. 3-19.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He dumps it off for him. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Over.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. Very quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
I think you do, and I think you wonder, what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
So that'll back him up 5.
Lucky 56. Over.
Watch the edge.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 23. After the interception, here's Stafford. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll dump it underneath. Running back complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Kendall Beckwith in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
54.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It'll be a gain of 11, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st.
40 got.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to fire one deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. That goes for a gain of 31.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions were able to grow their lead. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. The head coach handling it, the offensive coordinator. Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5.
Rhino!
Second down, Cousins. His throw incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things. Cousins from the gun on third. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
They'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. Now he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Attack 52. Let's go. Here we go. Put it hot.
On first down, Stafford here. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry.
On the ball.
Yeah, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Yeah, attack 53.
On second and 10, Stafford. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions add on to their lead. Martin the punter now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense is able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. First down, here's Cousins. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route, complete.
Here we go.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Hey. We got three. Three down.
Let's go.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
He's a hard.
They'll throw again. Cousins. quick throw here that's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference.
Let's go.
Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Cousins now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. "13 seconds, the time remaining in the half as they come up on first down. They begin the drive with Johnson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't rein in at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, Vernon Hargraves. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're
is
going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. We often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
We go. Bring the energy.
Hey, watch 12, watch 12. Single.
To Hunt. 180.
They go play action. Cousins rolling to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And they finally put an end to this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here they come. Hot. Run.
Set. Blue 80.
We got three down.
Again, it's Johnson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
11.
3 down.
20. Hot. Hey, tag 50 left.
3rd and 2, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That's where you belong.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for loss.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Flush to his right. And his throw is incomplete. Kenny Galladay is intended receiver. And it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Hey, 51 is down. 51 is down.
Check.
Zebra.
Check.
Jumbo, jumbo.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up the first down for them, too.
Back to throw. Stafford. Screen play. Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away. Throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
The Lions on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 16.
10.
Throwing again is Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this one to Galladay. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Flushed out right. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He's able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Right back to it on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 4 down, 4 down.
Cousins now from the 50. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. This time a spin. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
3 down, 3 down.
They'll hand it off now. Jones. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They roll for Ajayi. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They run against Ajayi. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes.
We got 3. We got 3.
And they will take a knee here. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season, we get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Detroit, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn it around next week as they head to Atlanta for a matchup with the Falcons. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Look at the cash coming in. Come get your man, Slim Booker bugging me. Just need a bag, quit all that jaw jackery. Don't even me that, I don't want none of it. It's bad about it, had enough of it. Whoa, watch what you saying, how that poppin' and shaking. Got is a laser, my posse dipping, I raiding. We act a fool for the paper. Had a dream and I made it. El Camino on Dayton's, bitches guess over bait. Put the bread on me. Bet on my bacon, big and flat in the bacon. I might just roll out today. I might just roll out to Vegas, head back to my old ways. Cop a roof all day. Look at me, baby. Look at me, baby. Don't I look like a million? I'm about to clean out the state. Don't I look like somebody that just